You think the India alliance is running out of time, or as Supriya wants to project, they still have enough time to get their seat-sharing alliance in order and put up a meaningful fight?
In 2019, the elections dates were announced on March 10th. So it's less than or almost 2 months from now. When we compare NDA versus India, we tend to forget that NDA is a settled alliance. BJP is the clear captain of that alliance. 90% of seats and vote share are with the BJP. So whatever decision it will take is largely going to be accepted by the allies which are remaining in NDA. But in INDIA bloc, there is no clear leadership. And that is why all these issues have cropped up in the India bloc. Who is the leader is not sure. There are many equals among these regional parties. And Rajdeep ji was mentioning about 6 states. So out of those 6 states, in 2 states, UP and Bihar, 100% opposition unity is not possible. Even if the India bloc is able to formalize some sort of an alliance, BSP is not part or will not be part of the alliance in UP. So it's a weaker alliance compared to 2019. And CPM and Congress both cannot be accommodated in West Bengal. So the alliance itself is weaker. Secondly, in 4 states, which is 25% of the Lok Sabha seats, the alliance is more or less settled because these are old alliances and not alliances which have been formed just before the elections to take on the BJP, which is Maharashtra, Bihar, Jharkhand, and Tamil Nadu. These account for 134, 132 seats. And in the balance, around 25% of seats, no alliances are required because that is largely a BJP versus Congress contest where regional parties do not have a single vote. It is Congress which is largely on its own. So arithmetic is important, and just by joining hands, see, in any alliance, there has to be a seamless transfer of votes. 2 plus 2 in alliances are not equal to 4. It's usually 3 or 5. A seamless transfer of votes, how can a seamless transfer of votes happen in Punjab when bulk of the vote which Aam Aadmi Party got in 2022 was anti-Congress? How can an alliance even be possible in Kerala, 20 seats, wherein the CPM and the Congress have been fighting against each other for long? So now the India bloc parties will need to finalize seats, and Maharashtra, see, again, is a tricky situation because Congress is now the #1 party by virtue of split in Shiv Sena and NCP. But Shiv Sena is demanding 23 seats. How is that possible? That's not possible. So, of course, pulls and pressures are happening, and we'll have to see whether some of these allies still remain with the Congress.
All this is good news, Shehzad Poonawalla, from the BJP's perspective, because your opponents can't decide their batting lineup. But respond to the points that Supriya Srinath was making, that all this is distracting from what she believes are the key issues of jobs, unemployment, issues of growth. She says that's where the focus should be. While you're doing all this big mobilization in the name of the Ram Temple, you're kind of doing this in a way to distract from what the opposition thinks are the core issues of the voters.
Starting from the last point that you said first, is Swami Prasad Maurya in my party? Is Chandrasekhar in my party? Is Udayanidhi Stalin in my party? They are the ones making commentary on these issues of Sanatan Samapti rather than on issues of Berozgari. I'm happy to come for a debate only on unemployment with Supriya Srinath. We in fact had this debate in the 3 state elections where she got thrashed badly. Madhya Pradesh got voted in after 18 years and they got thrashed and removed from power in 5 years. So we are happy to have a conversation on that. Secondly, coming to your first question where you said that I'll be very happy. No, actually, in a democratic setup, they have a right to explore all options, including being hypocritical and opportunistic. And I remember Supriya being eloquent when she did a press conference on how the Aam Aadmi Party is corrupt to the core, and then coming and doing an alliance with them. In fact, in 1984 riots, Delhi assemblies passed a resolution that Bharat Ratna of Rajiv Gandhi should be taken away. I have the news report. But forget that. I am saying they still have the right to do that. They have a right to decide on their seats. My simple question is only this, that BJP has a mission and a vision, because of which we got 50% votes on 224 seats. We are going to take that to 350 seats. So even if they come together, we are getting 50% plus votes. For instance, Uttar Pradesh, we got 49% vote. Our aim is 60% vote there. So even if SP, BSP, Congress all come together, doesn't matter, because I want to take the country to the 3rd spot. I want to take 13.5 crore people out of poverty. I want to give people toilets. I want to make the economy better. Having said that, I have just 1 or 2 questions to ask. There are 3 kinds of states in India. One set of states where the alliances are already there for a long time, say Bihar or Tamil Nadu or Jharkhand, right? No problem there. Then there are states where Congress and BJP have one-on-one fight, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, no problem. The states where they require it the most, Rajdeep's friend state Bengal, Uttar Pradesh, they need it in Telangana, they need it in states like, they need it in other states.
Why do they need an alliance in Telangana?
They need it in Telangana especially because the BJP has increased its vote share and got 4 Lok Sabha seats in the last round of Lok Sabha elections. And this time we will be pegged to get maximum number of Lok Sabha seats, even more than the Congress party, even though they've won the Vidhan Sabha elections. So they need to have alliances in states like Gujarat, Delhi, Punjab, Bengal. And just give an example. Yesterday they were talking with the Aam Aadmi party. Yesterday Pawan Kheda, who's somebody who's higher than Supriya in the pecking order, has come out and slammed Bhagwant Mann government for what they're doing to Khera. Yesterday you have Samajwadi Party saying that we have nothing to do with BSP, and today Avinash Pandey has spoken to your channel saying that we want the BSP in the alliance. Is Ghanshyam Tiwari okay with BSP in the alliance?
No, of course not.
So these are the contradictions. But having said that, Rahul, we don't care what they are doing. We are focused on what our mission is for the country, that is to take this country forward. And by the way, just one last statement. You can't do politics of 90s in 2024. This, idhar se idhar lao, idhar se idhar lao. These people are born with hatred against each other. Aam Aadmi Party came to power by extinguishing Congress. Samajwadi came to power by extinguishing Congress. And today they are fighting with each other.
Rajdeep, the fact is that in this election, the BJP has the momentum after winning in the 3 assembly elections in the heartland. They have the personality of the Prime Minister, his popularity, and they have the machine. It's almost as if the opposition is hoping that some miracle will happen which kind of helps them do well. They're almost hoping against hope. They've really got nothing going for them.
Shehzad and I may disagree on various issues, but I think he's made a good point that somewhere the opposition is stuck in the politics of the 1990s and dare I say even 2004 and 9 when these kind of coalitions were almost acceptable, were almost the norm at times because there was no party that was in any position to come close to 272. Narendra Modi has changed the politics of the country in 2014 and 19. He's effectively made the BJP a party which is capable of getting not just 272 but 300 plus, even with a 37% vote share. So if the BJP typically that's the exaggeration that we'll get 60% vote share. But even if you aim for 41 or 42% vote share nationally, you're taking yourself once again to 300 plus. You can't therefore just take on that alliance by relying on the arithmetic of elections. I know a lot of questions have been raised over whether this alliance and seat sharing will work. Seat sharing may eventually work because the sheer desperation of the situation where the opposition finds itself in, where the government is using state power and institutional power at times to subjugate the opposition, will be used to bring them together. But what about the chemistry? And that's where I think is the difference between the politics of the 90s and the politics of today. You see, then you could get by with forming these coalitions because India was not in a situation to give any one party or leader the kind of majority. Now when you've given them 37-40% of the vote, you're going to have to get your chemistry right and your arithmetic right.